All right, this is Math 208, Week 3, Section 8.1, using graphs and tables to evaluate functions. Now basically what that means, so when you see f of 4, so that's the way we say it, f of 4. And when we're talking about f of 4, basically what that means is this is your x value, and we want to know what is the y value. What is the y value? So over here, we're going to zoom in. And again, remember, we're looking for f of 4. So that means you're going to go to where your x is 4, and then you're going to find the line, which is down here, and you're going to look. And what is the y value? Oh, the y value is negative 4. So that means this point right here is at 4 comma negative 4. So the value of y is negative 4. So that's essentially your answer. That's really crazy easy. So the idea is you say, hey, f of 4 is equal to negative 4. Done. Because that's your y value. So more of the same. So we're being asked, what is f of 2 and what is f of negative 1? So first, where's f of 2? Well, let's zoom in. And f of 2, remember, f of 2 says, well, go to your x value, and what's your y value? Oh, well, when x is 2, y is nothing. It's 0. So f of 2 is equal to 0. And then the other one that we're being asked to do is f of negative 1. And so f of negative 1, so when x is negative 1, what's your y value? It's right here. And so f of negative 1 is equal to negative 2. And so those are your two answers for this problem. And again, we're being asked to graph three things, or identify h of 4, h of 6, and h of 7. So those are the three. So let's do h of 4. And then let's write down h of 6. And then let's write down h of 7. All right, and so we know that we're going to look at this graph, and so h of 4. So let's zoom in, and h of 4. So that means what we need to do is we need to look to figure out where x is 4. So x of, where is x 4? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 on the x-axis, and so we can see, boom, there is h of 4, and so this is right here, 4, 1. So that means h of 4, right here, h of 4 is equal to 1. All right, and so now we're going to do h of 6. So h of 6, so where's 6 on the x-axis? Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's 6, and we're going to go up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's right there. So that is 6, comma 5. So that means h of 6 is 5. And then the last one is h of 7. So again, we got to find where x is equal to 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, so there's 7. And then we're going to go up, and we see, oops, I better move this because that's kind of getting in the way. Let's move that. There we go. And so we know that here's 7, and then it's up 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is 7, comma 4, which means h of 7 is equal to 4. And so there's our three answers. Right here, and right there. Pretty straightforward, not too crazy hard. So here you've got this crazy graph right here, and we're being asked to figure out where what the value of f of 12 is. Now, I'm going to point out something really kind of cool here. First off is they've given you a hint. There is the 12. Now, how did we get 12? Well, if you look at the scale, this is 20, which means really each one of these hash marks counts as 2. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that's how we got that x is 12 right here. And so when x is equal to 12 right there, what is the letter F? Okay, we want to know what's our value right here. So we know x is 12. So now we want to know what is our y value. And each hash mark counts as 2. So that's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8. So our value here is 8. So what is f of 12? F of 12 equals 8. And that is our answer. Same idea, we're still trying to figure out evaluate these two functions, f of 3 and f of 4. So f of 3 and f of 4. And so f of 3 says when x is 3, what is the value? And the value is 2.9. So that's equal to 2.9. And then when x is 4, here's x is 4, the value is 2.5. So there are your two answers. So this guy goes right here, and this guy goes right there. More of the same, only now it kind of looks a little different. Here's your x values, and we always, because that's the independent value, that's the number that you just arbitrarily choose, and these arrows are saying then we calculate the value of y. And so you can see right here, when x is 1990, y is 1713. And when x is 1995, y is 3015. All right, so that's how you read it. And so it says find f of 2000. Well, here's f of 2000. I mean, here's 2000. So f of 2000 is equal to 55.99. And what the heck does that mean? Well, if they're talking about the cost of tuition at a public college during the year 2000, they're saying in the year 2000, the college charged $5,599. Now, when you type in your answer, I'm not sure if you need that comma. So I suggest typing it in without the comma first to make sure it works. All right, so for this one, we have a table, but the f of x, the y value here, has not been figured out. And so we have to use this formula, the recipe, to figure it out. So I'm going to copy that formula over here. So that's f of x, which is the same thing as just saying y, equals 8 minus x over 8 plus x. All right, so that's the big formula that we're going to be using. And over here, we're going to insert -3 for x, then we're going to insert -2, then -1, then 0, then 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 calculations, and that's not so hard. And so let's get started. So first we're going to do -3. So this becomes 8 minus -3 over 8 plus -3, and that gives us 11. I'll just put 11 over 5, and that's our answer. And so 11 over 5 is when x is 3. So that's our answer right here, 11 over 5. All right. So now this, oops, I'm going to undo. Whoa! Shoot, what happened? So let's do it again. So we've got 8 minus negative 3 over 8 minus 3 equals 11 over 5. Okay, so that is our answer when x is negative 3. So 11 over 5. All right, so this can get shrunk down because we don't need it anymore. So now we've got to do negative 2. So what does that become? That becomes 8 minus negative 2 over 8 plus negative 2, and that equals 8, 9, 11. So that equals 10 over 6, which is equal to 5 over 3. So the answer is 5 over 3, so I'm going to put that right here, 5 over 3. And so now we don't need this, so I'm going to bring it down here, get it out of the way. So now we're going to do negative 1. So you've got 8 minus negative 1 over 8 plus negative 1, and that equals 9 over 7, and that's it. Nothing you could do about it. That's as easy as, or simplified as it gets. So that's 9 over 7. Did I do that right? Yeah, that's right. And so this, we don't need it anymore, so we're going to shrink it out of the way. And you could see we're just kind of trudging away. So now we've got 0. All right, so what do we get? We got 8 minus 0 over 8 plus 0 equals 8 over 8, which equals 1. So there's our answer. So it goes right there. We don't need these calculations, so we'll get them out of the way. And so now we have x is equal to 1. So we've got 8 minus 1 plus 8, over 8 plus 1, and that equals 7 over 9. So our answer is 7 over 9, and that goes right here, 7 over 9. And I want you to notice, seeing a pattern here. And then, so that's going to shrink down because we don't need it anymore. And so now let's do 2. So 2 is going to be 8 minus 2 over 8 plus 2, which equals 6 over 10, which equals 3 over 5. So our answer is 3 over 5, and that goes right here, 3 over 5. And are you seeing a pattern here? And then this guy can shrink down because we don't need it anymore. And our last calculation is for 3. X is equal to 3, so that becomes 8 minus 3 over 8 plus 3 plus 3. That gives us 5 over, that's a messed up plus, 5 over 11, and that's the answer. It doesn't get any simpler, so that's 5/11ths, and sure enough, you see that beautiful little arcing pattern here. The reciprocals, reciprocals, and reciprocals. All right, so that kind of suggests to us that we did everything correctly when you start to see beautiful patterns like that. Now the idea is to say, well, now that we have our values, these are points, and if we were to graph these points, what would it look like? And let's see, I'm going to unlock this guy, and I'm going to make him a little larger, and so let's do it. So this first point is negative 3 and 11/5. Well, 11/5 is a little bit over 2. So that's going to be negative 3 up 2. So back 3 up 2, roughly right there. 5 over 3. 3 goes into 5 almost 2 times, a little less than 2 times. So that means our point is negative 2 and then almost 2. So it's going to go over 2, almost up 2. So it's going to go like right there. Right here, 9/7 is just barely larger than 1. So this is negative 1, 1. So negative 1 and then just barely larger than 1. So you're starting to see our line right here. And then here, 0, 1, that's easy to find. That goes right here. And then the next point, 1, 7/9. Well, 7/9 is a little less than 1. So you got 1 and then a little less than 1. So that goes about right there. And then 2 and 3/5. Well, 3/5 is a little bit over a half, so 2 and a half. So 2, and then we go up about a half, and then 3, and you should start to see this beautiful line that's going like, ooh, like that. And so you're going to choose the graph that most closely resembles this. Now, interesting, this line will actually never reach the x-axis. It'll just get infinitely close. It will never actually cross the x-axis. And that wraps up this video.